Today on Go, the perfect batch of cookies as we go back to school. Cookies, and more cookies. Welcome to an all-new episode of Bobdale Gloves Go Edmonton. You're in for a real treat today. We are making cookies as the kids go back to school. Instead of buying them whatever kids eat, the junk food that usually goes into your shopping cart, why not make them some delicious homemade cookies? And I wish you could smell this on camera. We have a very special guest. Her name is Kathy Lesko of Confetti Sweets. And before we make our own batch, it's time to meet Kathy and learn about her business. And there you have it, Confetti Sweets, my co-host for the show. This is Kathy one more time. And Kathy, I had to say, in that little portion that we just saw you doing, you go through so many cookies a week.
Yes.
Is there always cookies on the brain? Like, is that the only thing you think about?
Pretty much. Go to bed thinking about cookies, wake up thinking about which cookies we're going to be making.
So, wonderful. Yeah. Okay, and we are making cookies for you on the show today. School's getting back in order, so we want all the moms to be baking with their kids instead of just buying Gushers or Fruit Roll-Ups or whatever kids eat these days. Let's make some homemade cookies on the show. What kind of cookies are we making?
So we're going to make oatmeal M&M cookies.
Wonderful.
Oatmeal.
Sounds delicious.
Moms like it. M&Ms, the kids like it.
There
so it's kind of a happy medium.
And lots of beautiful color on camera. So M&Ms, obviously it's in the name, oatmeal M&Ms. What other ingredients are we using?
Of course, butter, real butter, not margarine. Brown sugar, white sugar, flour, baking soda, salt, good quality vanilla.
And why good quality? Why is that important?
It really affects the flavor. The vanilla has so much flavor concentrated in it that if you use imitation or kind of a lesser quality, your cookies aren't going to be nearly as rich.
So we're going to show you how to make cookies like the pro here today. You are the cookie queen of Edmonton, aren't you?
Yeah,
I
pretty
think
much.
That is your title. And if you look around her palace, her baking palace for just a second, you hate color pink, I think.
Oh, yeah.
No, not
I love pink.
There's some cute signs. This one says, will work for shoes, and Kathy's Cookie Empire in the corner here. Kathy, I think it's time to get started, but before we do, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Cookies with Kathy right after this. Welcome back to the show. If you're just tuning in now, we are making some delicious cookies with Kathy Lesko. And Kathy has just taken the batch out of the oven, oatmeal M&Ms. Very, very excited. I'm wearing my Confetti Sweets apron, all in pink, because that is Kathy's favorite color. And we showed you the ingredients we're going to be using at the top of the show. Stay tuned now. We're going to do the process of making some famous Kathy Confetti Sweets cookies. But before we do that, Brad Walker has all the information you need to know about Edmonton's Gorilla Run. Excellent. Thanks for that, Brad. All right, Kathy, in every great recipe for cookies, you always have the key ingredient.
The butter.
The butter. You go through so much of this.
Yeah, about 175 pounds a week.
Can you imagine how many pounds of butter that is? Oh my goodness. I can't even fathom that number. So Kathy does have her big industrial mixer over here, but she also has one that's a little smaller.
A little smaller,
so we can show you at home how you would be making this with the kids when you're not making 700 dozen cookies a week.
That's right.
Okay, Kathy, so we got our butter in. Take us from there.
So we're going to put 2 cups of brown sugar, 1 cup of white sugar.
And Kathy has already portioned that out for us. We all have brown sugar and white sugar at home. And why both? Why is there always a good mix of brown and white?
The brown sugar has a bit more of a molasses flavor, so it's going to give your cookies a little bit of a deeper flavor to it.
Okay, wonderful. So we'll get that mixed up. And then we have our oats. When do these go in?
Those go in a little while later.
A little while later. I'll put those aside. So Kathy, what's next?
We're going to do 4 eggs.
Okay. Now, any kind of special egg? We have our special vanilla as far as eggs go.
Eggs are eggs.
Eggs are eggs. Okay, so we don't need to get free range for this or anything like that. And you know what? I'm going to embarrass myself cracking. Can you do the one finger crack? One-handed crack?
I don't know.
Wait, I can't do it. Oh, I can't do it either. Oh, eggs going down the side. All right, and it's always fun to have the kids crack eggs as well.
Yes.
Because they get to see if they can do it. It's almost like an art. As you get older, you learn how to crack an egg properly without getting the shell in. And ta-da, 4 eggs. So after the eggs are in, we're going to let this mix for a little bit. What comes up next?
Vanilla.
Vanilla. And our good quality vanilla.
Yes.
How much vanilla are we putting in?
We're putting in 4 teaspoons.
One you can find. There we go. cute little cup. So while she puts in her 4 teaspoons of vanilla, stay tuned. Make sure you're writing this all down with a pen and paper and have the kids handy so they can get excited about making some homemade cookies. We're gonna take a quick break on go. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And here is our finished product. If you're just tuning in now, we are with Kathy Lesko of Confetti Sweets, wearing our pink aprons and baking what kind of cookies again?
Oatmeal M&M cookies.
Boom, these ones right here. And before we left you during the break, what had we put into our mixer?
So we've done so far 1 pound of butter, 2 cups brown sugar, 1 cup white sugar, 4 eggs, and 4 teaspoons of good quality vanilla.
There we go. And I was just saying my hands smell like butter. I love the smell of butter. Not gonna lick my hands because I want to help you bake cookies. What is the next step? We are moving on to some of our other dry ingredients now.
So now we're gonna do 2 1/3 cups flour and 1 teaspoon baking soda, 2 teaspoons salt.
There we go. I hope you're writing that down with the kids so you can make them these delicious M&M cookies. And look at this bowl of M&Ms. Okay, Kathy, after the shoot, can I take these with me? You don't need them, right?
M&Ms are pretty pricey.
I can imagine. And, all right, okay, so there we have it. But coming up next, it's time for sports with Jordan Greenlee. We're stopping by for a visit with the Edmonton Wildcats. Let's pour this. Thanks for that, Jordan. Okay, here comes the good stuff, our M&Ms and our chocolate. And Kathy, we also did baking soda, salt, and some flour. What are our measurements right now?
2 1/3 cup flour, 2 teaspoons salt, and 1 teaspoon baking soda.
Okay, and then we mix this more.
Just till it's mixed. Don't overmix this.
Mixed. Okay.
Yeah.
Now look at all that color. Very fun.
And that's
so there we
it.
go. We have a big industrial size mixer. It only takes a couple of seconds. Now is the fun part. We are going to portion our cookies, and we have some cookie portion. What do you call it? Cookie scoops? Cookie dough scoops?
Yeah, ice cream scoops actually.
Right? So very fun. And,
all we're
what's
gonna
the
do-
size we're looking at?
So these, well, I go by grams. So these are about 45 grams or so.
Okay.
And you're just gonna go like that.
Yummy. Delicious.
You can roll them in a ball,
I was
but-
always a dough girl. I would always eat the dough. Were you too?
Yep.
My mom always said
Still
I
do.
could get worms from that. Is that an old wives' tale?
You could get sick from it. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe we won't be eating
We
dough
won't.
on camera
But this
today.
is the best
We'll do it
dough
during
to
the
eat.
commercial break, and I'll eat some dough. Speaking of, we're going to take that right now. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Go. Welcome back. You're just in time for our cookies being scooped and portioning them out quite well. You know, I always tend to go big or go home. So same with my cookies. Is that okay? Is that going to cook?
It might be a little doughy, but you like the
in the
dough.
middle. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
what we're going for. And again, you can do this however you want with your kids. And if you're just tuning in now, this is Kathy Lesko of Confetti Sweets. We are in her home bakery. Beautiful pink, fun stuff all around. And look at this industrial cookie maker. She means business because you're going through how many cookies a week again?
700 dozen.
Jeez. And people can find you at local farmers markets, which we have
Yeah.
about a good month and a half left for those.
Oh, yeah.
Which farmers markets are you at?
St. Albert, downtown, and Shore Park, and 124th Street.
There you go. So you could bake these cookies at home with the kids as they get ready to go back to school, or you could just visit Kathy at a farmer's market and pick up your dozen. Kathy, how many cookies on a tray here?
We're gonna do 12
We're
on
gonna
this
do
tray.
12? Okay,
Yep.
so we're gonna finish up, and while we do that, it's time for your last story. It's time for an all-new Suncoast Enclosures Big Summer. Excellent, thanks so much for that. And, ooh, there we go. Ah, the big oven. Bye-bye cookie. I think that's gonna cook up real nice. Gooey in the center. That's
Yes,
what I
that's
like.
right.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Kathy, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you, Dana.
our baker on the show today. Now, Confetti Sweets, we told you the farmers markets, but you also have a website.
Yes.
What is your website?
www.confettisweets.ca.
Excellent. And once again, oatmeal M&M cookies, a great recipe for the kids. I think it's time to dive in and look at all these cookies you have for me to sample.
That's
Wonderful. I've been your host, Dana Giesbrecht. We'll see you next time. Here, help me out with this. I know you eat these all the time.
I do.
There we go. Cheers. Wait, cookie.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay. Bye. Mmm. That's a good cookie. Mm-hmm.